You know that life you really want to live? The one you can almost taste, but something always seems to get in the way? Well, what if that big obstacle is actually you? Today, we're diving into this exact idea, using the incredible framework from Brianna Wiest's book, The Mountain is You. So, Wiest kicks things off with this really powerful metaphor. Imagine a giant mountain standing between you and everything you desire. It could be that dream job, a healthy relationship, or just a feeling of peace. It looks huge, impossible to climb, and definitely feels like it's out there, separate from you. But here's the kicker, the big twist that changes everything. That obstacle isn't external. It's not your boss, your partner, or your circumstances. That massive, impossible-looking mountain, it's you. Okay, so if the mountain is us, what does that even mean? This is where we have to totally rethink what self-sabotage is all about. It's not what you think. It's way, way more complicated than just self-destruction. And this is the question that just turns everything on its head. What if all that procrastination or picking a fight when things are going well, what if it's not you trying to ruin your life? What if, deep down, some part of you is actually trying to protect you? This right here completely flips the script. We beat ourselves up, right? We think, oh, I have no willpower, or I must hate myself. But what if the reality is totally different? What if these behaviors are just clumsy coping mechanisms, or a sign of an unmet need, or even a bizarre form of self-protection? So, when it all boils down, self-sabotage is basically a civil war inside of you. It's the part of you that consciously wants that promotion or that great relationship, fighting against the unconscious part of you that's terrified of change and is desperately trying to keep you safe. So, how do we stop the fighting? Well, before you can change the behavior, you gotta understand the why behind it. We have to dig in and find the roots of this resistance. This is such a crucial piece of the puzzle. Our brains are survival machines. Their number one job isn't to make you happy, it's to keep you comfortable. And comfortable means familiar. So even a really positive change can feel dangerous to your brain just because it's new. And this ties into a concept from psychologist Gay Hendricks called the upper limit. Think of it like you have an internal thermostat for how much happiness and success you're comfortable with. When things get too good and you go past that setting, your subconscious freaks out and finds a way to crank the temperature back down to what feels normal. And where does that thermostat setting come from? A lot of the time, it comes from these old, outdated beliefs we picked up somewhere along the way. Maybe you unconsciously believe that having a lot of money makes you a bad person, or that real love always ends in heartbreak. And if you believe that, of course you're going to sabotage anything that leads you in that direction. All right, so we've dug into the why. But now for the good part. How do we actually start climbing this mountain? Well, the answer isn't to fight our feelings. It's to start listening to them. Because your triggers, they're actually your guides. You know, we spend so much time trying to push away feelings like anger or jealousy or fear. But Weiss says we need to do the exact opposite. Lean in. Get curious. These emotions aren't your enemies. They're messengers, trying to hand-deliver critical intel about what you really need. Let's just take jealousy for a second. Think about the last time you felt that sharp pang of envy. What was really going on there? It's so much deeper than just a petty, negative feeling. Because here's the secret. Jealousy is almost never about the other person. It's a mirror. It's a giant, flashy neon sign pointing directly at something you deeply desire, but for whatever reason, you won't let yourself go after it. The frustration isn't with them, it's with you. And it's not just jealousy. Anger? That's often a signal that one of your boundaries has been crossed. Regret? That's just showing you what you need to build in your future. And fear? Fear shows you exactly what you value, what you care about enough to want to protect. Okay, understanding all this is amazing. It's half the battle. But the other half is action. So how do we turn all this newfound awareness into real, actual change in our lives? Now, get ready for this, because it's a total game changer. We spend our whole lives waiting until we feel motivated or feel ready before we do something. But Wiest says we've got it completely backwards. It's making the right decisions that creates the right feelings. This is the key. You have to learn to separate what you do from how you feel. You can feel terrified and still apply for the job. You can feel completely unmotivated and still go to the gym for 10 minutes. Your feelings are valid, but they do not have to be in the driver's seat. Your actions are. So here's the game plan. It's simple, but not always easy. First, you just have to act. Don't wait to feel ready because you might be waiting forever. Second, understand that action creates momentum, and it's that momentum that finally creates motivation. And third, with every small step you take, you are literally building a new, bigger, better comfort zone for yourself. And please, please hear this. Real, lasting change is not about some massive, dramatic breakthrough. It's about the tiny, consistent choices you make every single day. Those are the micro shifts. One healthy meal, one hard conversation, one sentence written. That's how you climb a mountain. Because what you realize after all of this is that it was never really about conquering some external thing. The entire journey is about mastering yourself. The mountain wasn't the challenge, you were. And the amazing thing is, you're also the solution.